contest is going for is for the WWE Championship.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Welcome to Around the Turnbuckle. I'm Big Al, conspicuous by his absence as the professor, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Our guest this week on Around the Turnbuckle is the Dairy Daddy, the Creamery World Order in the house. Stan Stylez, what's up, man?
That's right. I'm doing good. I got my coffee, but I don't have any cream in it yet. So
Okay.
but I'll get some later.
All right, man. We got a comment already. How about that? David Motorman, who is
shit.
a huge SWO fan, huge Stan Stylez fan, and also in the SWO Hall of Fame as a fan. Good evening, friends. It's once again time to gather around the turnbuckle time. Tonight, it seems like we will have a creamy good time learning about Stan and his career. Let's go.
Let's go.
Love it. Thank you, David. All right, man. It takes special people. All right, I've been involved in the business for 5 years, and I've met such interesting people in the tri-state area, and I've had over 300 independent wrestling guests on this show. Everybody from somebody who's been in the business for 6 weeks to people who have been in this business for 25 years. So, I got to tell you, I've been looking forward to this one a lot.
Hell yeah.
Since I first seen you perform, I'm a huge fan. Not gonna lie, but I tell you, something special. All right, something got you to fall in love with professional wrestling because you wouldn't be doing what you do if you weren't in love with it. So, please walk us through why you put your body on the line for our entertainment, and then you go above and beyond that, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, wow. Thank you for that introduction. um what do I do it? I love it. It's my passion. It's always been my passion since a kid. I always wanted to be a professional wrestler, watching WWF superstars, and I was watched WCW worldwide, and I saw Shawn Michaels, and I think he was doing an interview for like the Heartbreak Hotel, and I was like, I want to be like that guy. I was really like, just um, like, wow. I was like, why does he have Shawn and Michaels? They had earrings. They had these earrings. It's Shawn and then Michaels, and I was like, why does he wear earrings like that? He can't remember his name. Like, I was like, but this guy's cool. I'm like, I want to be like that guy. And I told my mom, I was like, yo, I want to be a wrestler when I grow up. And she was like, oh, that's great, Stanley, whatever. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a pro wrestler. I'm gonna be like that guy. But yeah. Uh, and yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy life. But I love it to death. I wouldn't want to do anything else. I always wanted to be a pro wrestler, and I did it.
That's great, man. And Shawn Michaels is one heck of a role model as far as this business goes. He's done it all. But I tell you, so eventually that passion for the business, that passion for professional wrestling in general, turned to you actually entering the ring. So talk us through that. How? Because I always find it interesting because every story is different. Some people don't know where to find training. Some people kind of look it up, and these days everything's on the internet. But I mean, some are fake, some are not. And
hmm
as far as real promotions or real schools go, so where did you find training? And by the way, like, what part of the world did you find training in?
Well, so I'm from Philadelphia. So back in the good old days, man, early 2000s, me and my friends, we did the backyard wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
And then we just realized, or I realized, hey, I kind of want to take this, to training, get more serious, and what? How do I become a real professional wrestler? And this is back in the MySpace days. I think I found some like local company. And I messaged them, and then like the promoter messaged me, and then I went out and started training there, and I was doing like security. Then I did a couple of shows as a referee,
Sure.
and just I just worked my way up, worked my way up. That was in Philly, and then I went somehow. I just kept meeting more people. And that's the thing about professional wrestling. You have to network. I was just meeting people, and they were like, I was always in pretty good shape. And even back then, and they were like, you're in great shape. Blah, 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 go here, go there. And I was jumping from like school to school. And then eventually I was up in like no, Jersey City at the time. Um, and I'm sorry, I was in South Jersey training, and then I went to North Jersey. So I bounced around a lot. um it was a lot different back then, like you said. Now there's Instagram, Facebook. There's so many different schools now. Like I know
Yeah.
Cheeseburger School is close to me, and that's a really good school. Preacher Phineas James is one of the trainers there.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, it's just I tell people, man, it's much easier to get a really good school, because I think a lot of that was weeded out, where like the people just want to take your money and not really show you what's up. There's money grabbing. That's not the case anymore. There's actually a lot of really good schools out there now.
Right, right, and that's where I want to weed out those and find out the ones that are reputable, that'll actually get you work along with the training. Like they won't
Yeah,
just take your money and show you how to take bumps. You know what I mean? They'll
yeah,
actually work with you on every aspect of the business, of not just taking bumps,
mhm.
but also in ring psychology, character development,
Yes,
promos, like all that stuff. Like, did you
yeah.
find all that stuff as you went along?
Yeah, so I was always just it's crazy that you say that, because I'm really introverted, but I'm breaking out of that introvertness. But I'm very
Hmm.
extroverted when it comes to professional wrestling. Like you would not think, you're like, what? But I always had a character in mind for myself. I always wanted to be very charismatic, and eventually over the years, I just kept developing my character more and more and more, and it just like metamorphed into like what it is now.
Speaking of the characters, man, we mentioned it. You and I talked before the show.
Mhm.
Let's talk about pre CWO Stan Styles.
Oh boy,
Who? What do we got out of that? Who
man.
did we have before Stan Styles? And by the way, while you're talking, I'm bringing the professor in on this.
Okay. Cool. So when I first started, they wanted me as a heel, and oh, there he is. And they said to me, "You have to be despicable." And I don't know how I got Stan Styles thinking I was this like ultimate ladies man, like Quagmire on steroids, had a lot of muscles. And then I just developed. I grabbed the shake weight because I was actually with an ex girlfriend at the time when Target, and that's just when like South Park just started doing the whole shake weight
So you
episodes.
always had the shake weight,
I always had the shake weight. Yeah, I actually had the whipped cream first. I think I'm not sure.
really?
Yeah, yeah. I think it was. No, no. I'm sorry. It was a shake. I had the shake weight, and yeah, she's like, you should get that and come out to wrestling with that. And I'm like, yes, I should. And I just bought it, and I did it one time, and people were like laughing. There's like, it's all so funny. And then yeah, and then like the cream, I transitioned to a baby face, and I was like, well, how do I get people to like me? Maybe I'll get whipped cream, and like girls would come and I get whipped cream in their mouths, and then it just developed like people, everyone wanted to do that, and especially kids. I'm like, all right, I'll put it in their mouths, and then yeah, I just most of my stuff, I probably say about 85 to 90% of my stuff I did it all like came by accident, and it just happened organically, and I'm like, oh, I had something, now it's mine.
Were you always Stan Styles though? I mean, did you
Yes,
have other name? It was always Stan
always with
Styles.
Stan Styles. I also was for a while Sizzling Stan Styles. Some people still call me that, because I transitioned, because probably back in 2014, I would say 15, I stopped doing the shake weight thing and did Sizzling Stan Styles to be a different heel character, where I was like, I met a rich cougar, and then she like got me everything. It was like a young guy with this cougar, and it was funny. She was my manager, and her name's, I don't know if you guys know who Destiny is. She's a ring announcer now.
Yeah.
She always was an every dancer. But she was a manager too, and she was my manager for a little bit. And I developed that character for like a year, testing out waters to see what was up, and that was fine.
She's
But
with
then I went back to my
AXW,
roots.
right? Is she now currently with AXW?
Is that Jason Knight's company?
Yes.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, that's there she. Yeah.
So, quick story about Destiny.
Hmm.
She gave me advice right before I did my first ever ring announcing
Oh wow.
At Hamburg. She was backstage,
Oh wow.
and
That's
yeah,
awesome.
at Hamburg Fieldhouse. Yeah, that's wow, small world, I guess.
Small world, yeah. So yeah, like and then we were doing that for a little bit, probably over a year, something like that. And but then I just went back to my roots, and I became back to Stan Styles again. And really, that's when I probably back in like 2016, 17 was when I really started to develop and kind of just get it. It took me a while in the business, by 7, 8 years, to really get the business and be like, all right, and just get myself and get like the character down and like really like master it. um, so yeah, it was all a learning project. You're always going to learn the business. You're not going to stop learning. But yeah.
So to catch Professor up, Professor, he's been in the business since pretty much 2009, 2010,
Mhm.
around that area. So we're talking 15, 16 years now. He's moving into 17 years in the business.
Crazy.
It's crazy to think about, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it happens like that, right?
Hmm.
Were you in the beginning? I know I asked this question, and I don't mean any disrespect when I ask it. It's more meant to be like where your mindset is now, because in the beginning, a lot of wrestlers get in the business because they want to do this for a living, and a lot of guys end up getting booked all over the place, all over the country, even sometimes all over the world, and they make a decent living on it without getting signed for mainstream like the AEW or TNA or a WWE. When you first started out in 2009, 2010, was that a dream of yours?
Yeah, it's always a dream to go to WWE, but I never wanted pro wrestling to be like my only job. I knew I was smart enough to know I need something else to back myself up on.
Sure.
Wrestling was, and now it's an income. It definitely isn't a little bit of an income, but it's not my total income. It's very hard to do that
Right.
now. It's not impossible, but um, yeah, um. I never really thought of. I just wanted to be a wrestler. I just wanted to get in a wrestling ring. I wanted to say, "Hey, I can do this. I want to be like what I said I wanted to be," and I was very determined to do it. And of course, like there's times you're like, "Oh God, like is this like what I signed up for?" But I was like, "Yeah, it is. I love this. Like hell yeah," because like the injuries and stuff happens, or mental health is like, "Oh my God," but like nope. I was definitely always like, "I'm going to do this." Um, and then I said, I started to get the business because it's very much a business. I started to get that early on, like, hey, I got to really, promote myself, brand myself, and get my name out there and get in front of as many crowds as possible, so I can see like me and then be accustomed to me. Merchandise is very, very important too. Yeah,
Howdy from Rob Mills.
yeah. She's howdy, howdy.
Andy says hello. You're a
He's
trip.
always here now.
It's in my real name.
He
Oh
did.
well,
He did use your real
he
name.
probably stalked me on Facebook.
It's possible. It's possible.
Probably, yeah.
But anyway, man. Okay, so you talked about Shawn Michaels as being an influence. Is there any other wrestlers as you grew up and as you started to learn the business more and obviously get booked places that you also look up to as far as
Oh
role
yeah.
models go in the business?
Yeah, so when I was starting, like I was just a kid watching it, I was all about the baby faces. I loved Hogan and stuff. And when I started to learn more about wrestling and training, I started liking heels because I was like really studying heels. So I really was like really loved ravishing Rick Rude, and of course Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, um, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Like I was
Great,
really watching those guys, and
great
I was like,
picks.
yeah, and I was like, oh my god, like just really get into their characters and like taking a little bit from column A, column B. Because that's I always like I never wanted to copy people, or like I always wanted to use them as inspiration and like put a little bit of them into me and develop my own character. And not only that, I'll say this too. and I say this to young wrestlers, you can go and look at like the older wrestlers, and that's cool. But I even try to draw inspiration from other like pulp culture and other like aspects, like movies, characters, and like
Oh yeah.
anime, and I really draw off them too.
So yeah, Professor. We haven't heard from you yet. How you
Yeah,
doing, bud?
that's great. I mean, yes, it's always great to look at former wrestlers to see what works. I mean, like they
Hmm.
always say, you steal from one person, it's plagiarism. Excuse me. You steal from a bunch of people, it's research.
Yeah,
But
100%.
there's also, and I think you're right, and I think I see more guys starting to do it now where it's like, but you can look at other stuff because realistically, in terms of storytelling, anything that involves two characters in conflict
Hmm.
applies to wrestling because that's what we're
Yes.
doing. We're doing two or more characters in conflict. We need a reason for that conflict that makes them go in a ring and fight. And you can steal from a lot of other elements for that. Superhero stories, obviously, you can steal from
Yes.
that. And a lot of animes are just superhero stories. So you can
Yep.
steal from those too. But I agree 100%. Like, if people are only looking at the wrestling part of it and not necessarily seeing, well, what can I do elsewhere in pop culture, at least for the character part, I
Hmm.
think they're doing themselves a disservice.
Yeah, 100%.
So man, talk about the first time you came out as the Dairy Daddy. Like where when you made that transition, like what was the reaction? Where were you? Who did you take on that day when you first brought out
And
whipped cream to the ring? Because it's now become pretty. I'd say it's pretty over.
yeah, it's the creamy entertainment. Um, Man, I always had the cream for a long time. It just it what really happened was I was going all over the place as Stan Styles. Dairy Daddy, one of my friends came up with it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm taking that." And um, I called myself the King of Cream, Shake Weight Supreme. Then I came up with head of the dessert table,
Yes.
um, and because I just that really started like clicking. I don't know how when I did it. I was injured in 2022. I broke my ankle, so I was
Oh
out for
really?
Oh,
yeah, I was out for 3 months, and at this time I was running my own company, the IGB, the Intergenic Bonanza, um, in South Jersey, and what happened was I was always a baby face for many years prior to this, prior to my ankle breaking and me coming back. We did a show where Marcus Mathers, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. Um, he was my champ, and at the end of the show, I said I'm coming back at an injury next month, and I'm challenging him. And then I turned on him and became heel. I showed my ankle was not. I was actually healed. Um, and then I started doing very they called it evil Stan Styles from then. And then his father came and joined me because I was always enemies with his father. His father joined me and it cost his son the match, and we made. I said, "Oh, this is cool." I said, "We should like be a team." And I was like, because I was booking something where I was going to be like Stan's Goons versus Marcus and his, baby faces and big War Games match.
Right.
And then I just said, why don't we do something called, I think I called it, it's funny you said this because you worked for SWO. I think I was going to call it the Shake Weight World Order. I'm like, well, there is an SWO. That's a
Yes.
company. And I was like, why don't we call it the Creamy World Order? And they were like, yeah. And I said, and me and Mark were like, Mark Angel were like, yeah. And I hit my graphic guy up and I was like, hey, can you make me a logo like this, the Cream World Order? And he's like, I got you. And he made it in like a day. And I loved it. This logo right here was so fast.
Yeah.
And we did the whole turn. And I said CWO and I posted this on my Facebook. And people were like, oh my God, shirts, shirts, shirts. And I was like, yo, did I just hit a gold mine here? So started getting
I told
shirts.
you I want the beanie, man.
Yeah, man. It was so, and everyone started to kind of like, get behind it and it started to really catch some traction. And then, other people were hitting me up. I started getting some more members. Because originally, CWO was just gonna be me and my close friends. That's all I wanted it. But then
Right.
it just, I'm like, you know what? No, fuck that. Like, let's do this other things. We got abs in there. Then we had Everest, my big creamy giant. That had Journey Birkin there for a little for two. And then I had my friend Dave Xavier Cross come in, and we just kept on like building it up, building it up. Um, and then yeah, just the rest was history. We really just started to just it just kept getting over, and more people started talking about it.
That's beautiful. That's the way to go when it's
It's all
organic like
natural,
that.
yeah.
And when you got talented people involved in it too. I mean, I've
Hmm.
not worked with Journey Burke a lot, but I
Yeah.
follow her career, and the times I have worked with her, she's one of the great talents on the independents right now.
She made it in the
Yeah.
PWI 250 for women.
Oh,
Yeah, she
nice.
did.
Yeah.
She deserves
Yeah.
it.
She was actually transitioning from a referee when I first booked her, and she was a crooked referee for me. And then she had a CWO shirt on, and it was like I told her she's the first lady of CWO because she was. Um, Hell, even a Dina Steele was in CWO, and she was a big baby face for a while, and she turned coat and went to CWO. So I was just taking a lot from the old WCW days, and pretty much
Yeah.
like who's going to turn and go with Stan. It's almost like you're with us, you're against us, and it was just fans loved it. They loved the twists and turns I was booking, and it was a lot of fun. Good story. It was a simple story too.
Yeah. So eventually, I mean, lately, what we've seen of you now, like
Hmm.
eventually you went back to face.
Yeah.
And so how did that work? And I mean, you know, and develop into what you are now, because like the CWO is kind of defunct in a way, but at the same time, now like I every time you come out, especially I mean the last few months at SWO,
Hmm.
they love you. When as soon as you
Yeah.
come out, they're all excited. They get excited. The music's playing. You're spraying whipped cream around. So how'd that evolve?
Oh man, it's easy. So to make it really, really, really simple, I'm pretty much a comedy version of Sandman. Like Sandman
Yeah,
had the beer, I have the cream. He had the kendo stick, I have the shake weight, and he had those big were they Zumba pants? I don't know. I have
yeah.
all my pants.
Yeah, you keep
So
pulling pants off. I mean, yeah,
yeah, he had a beer gut, I have abs. So like it's just the opposite, and that's it, man. When I'm a baby face,
he's the
it's
anti-Sandman professor.
yeah. When I'm a baby
No, I can
face,
I can see it.
yeah,
It's a good description. Like now that
easy.
he goes over it,
Yeah.
I
So
see it. Like, yeah,
when
that's exactly what everybody's reacting to.
yeah, and when I'm a baby face, I give the cream that it's cream for all. But then if I'm a heel, no one gets the cream. So it's like
Right.
taking candy from a baby, like give him a taste. Okay, here's a taste, but I'm not taking it away from you, and you're gonna get pissed at me, but you're not gonna get it until I say so now. And it's just it's the same character, it's just a slight attitude change, and people are like, "Oh my god, you're an asshole now."
But the cool
Yeah.
thing is, though, is that means like you're
It's
you're
easy.
you're so bookable. Then, if somebody
Yeah,
needs a heel, you can be that guy. If somebody
yeah.
needs a face, you can be that guy. You have a
Hmm.
switch between the
Yes,
two, and
easy.
they're pretty close. But like you said, it's where you spray the cream that
Yeah,
matters.
it's all about just to like I embarrass my opponents when I'm a baby face, and I get embarrassed. I'm a heel, so it's very simple. Um, and yeah, like you said, yeah, it's easy to get booked that way. And there is places I do work still as heel.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think, man, I don't know. I think majority. I think maybe 50-50. I'm not sure right now, but yeah. I enjoy both. A lot of cat wrestlers come here and be like, "Oh, I like to be heel." I like being heel too, but I love both.
yeah. One of your matches that Keith and I had the privilege of calling a few months ago was you versus Greg Excellent. Do you recall this?
Yeah, that
Um,
was something.
do
That
you
is fucking
do you
hard to get
remember
pretty calm for
anything
stuff
from
like
that
that.
match that you can
He
recollect?
kissed. He kissed me.
Yeah.
I did a bottom rope splash, which I never did before.
Yeah,
I put X on his belly. He rubbed up against me. We like didn't wrestle for like a good 4 or 5 minutes, but the crowd was going nuts.
yeah. I mean, how is
Well,
that possible? I mean, how you guys didn't actually almost didn't physically hurt each other for like 5 minutes, but they
Yeah.
were eating it up.
When you're
Eating
that
up, yeah.
when you're that fucking over, and your character is that fucking over, we say it all the fucking time to kids. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
great that you can do all these stunts and all this flipping and flopping and stuff like that, but
Yeah, Stan, and you don't do a lot of that. You don't
get
do a lot of
if
high
you get your
risk
character
stuff.
over, you don't have to.
You don't you right? You by design, you don't do a lot of
Oh, he's
high
breaking
risk
up.
things,
There you go.
right?
High
Are you
flying
there?
stuff, you said?
No, what I mean is you don't do
No,
a whole
I
lot
used
of
to.
that.
Can you hear me?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, he's breaking up.
Wonder if
I'm
you're on
not.
lag.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man, I first started. I used to do a missile drop kick. Not anymore. But yeah. I just started to like Stone Cold when he became Stone Cold. Really, what he really do? Punch, kick, stunner. He just became a brawler. So I transitioned more when I started getting more over, and I was almost doing more comedy stuff because that's the stuff that people are biting on and getting on. Not to say I can't do like power moves or like something like that. I just felt like when I do my comedy stuff, it stands out the most.
Yeah.
It makes me stand out more and gets me over. And I always say, why am I going to do what everyone else is doing? I'm going to do my own path. And I always like to be the leader, and then like they can follow, like try to follow like what I'm going to do, but they
Yeah.
can't because I'm the king of cream. And so yeah, I just thought of that. But yeah, like I never was a big high flyer. I'm not crazy. I don't know if crazy. I'm athletic, but I'm not crazy at agility. I can do like flips and stuff like all these guys can. It's amazing what they can do. It never
Yeah.
was my forte. I was a pretty good technical wrestler when I started. I really watched a lot of like Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero,
Mhm.
Dean Malenko. I love technical wrestling. Owen Hart,
Yes.
Bret Hart. I
Me
love
too.
technical wrestling, and I started that. I wanted to be a technical wrestler, but I was like, oh, this ain't gonna get over. Like, there's a million technical wrestlers. I need to do something to stand out. Then became the king of cream.
Yeah, and you are, and that's what that was the point I was making. I meant it to be a compliment that
Mm,
you don't feel
thanks.
like you need to do a suicide dive every match
Uh,
or a moonsault off the top ropes to win a match. You know what I'm
yeah, I
saying? You
wish I
can
could do
do.
that.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't need to. The
No.
character is over enough where you could sit there and, like you said, grapple like a Dean Malenko, and
Yeah.
you'll be just fine, because in between there you're gonna do something or probably multiple things that make us
Yeah.
remember what we just saw.
Yeah. It's all about memories,
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's what wrestlers have to start thinking about more than ever
moments and
now.
memories.
Is
Yeah.
Yep.
right is what makes a fan remember when they go home after they spent their money to
Mm.
watch you perform, and then they go home. What's the conversation in the car?
Yeah.
Oh my
100%.
God,
Yeah.
wasn't that crazy when Stan Styles and Greg Excellent were giving each other purple nurples
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah. Yeah.
Something
Crazy.
to that
And
Yeah.
and and
effect.
even more importantly, then you hope that after they get done with that, they go, man, I'd buy a ticket to watch them again.
Yeah.
Yes,
Again. Yeah. And tell their
That's what we
friends,
need.
tell other
and
people, hey, I
and
saw
tell their
this. To come.
friends.
Yeah. I
That's
want to
the
come to this. Yeah.
That's the business 101 right there, man. All
Hmm.
right, so
Yeah.
16 years, man. You got to have some stories about some opponents that you took on, where you had an amazing night or a funny night, or you must have a couple of those
Oh, it's always a fun night. Man, I wrestled uh Effie. That was a fun time. As expected, I got to wrestle Sexy Eddie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's a really popular wrestler. He's based in Canada, and it was just insane. I think there was something where the shake weight actually pinned me, and I lost to my own gimmick. Um, then we did like a day. It was I got to team with Mr. Ooh La La. That was a lot of fun. At Kobe Carino's benefit show we did. That was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. I got to team with him, Mr. Ooh La La, who's been doing this way more than way more than longer than I have,
Oh
and it's
yeah,
always yeah. Man, man, it's so crazy. I got to wrestle a lot of tough girls. I wrestled, oh my god, a shit ton of girls. And then the girls now they're just man. A lot of the girls I wrestled, like went to be stars. I wrestled Shotzi Blackheart when she was on the Indies.
Right.
I wrestled Sue Young. Man, who else? Yeah, I can't even think of others. I wrestled Priscilla Kelly. I wrestled Priscilla Kelly. Like it's just crazy. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Any like
It almost like
road
that movie
stories?
Good Luck Chuck.
Good luck, Chuck.
That Dane Cook thing where it was like the girl slept with him and then she would meet the love of her life afterwards. It's like you wrestle Stan Styles and then you get signed.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yes, I did say a lot. I used to say that like if you wrestle me, you go with me, you usually get signed. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, yeah. When I first met Sunny Kiss, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Sunny Kiss.
Yep.
He wrestles for she wrestles for
Yep,
SWO.
absolutely.
Um, and I was like, Sunny did a split, and Sunny was like 17 at the time, I believe. Yeah, 17. And I said to Sunny, if you do that in the ring, you're gonna be so over. And Sunny was like, really? And I was like, yep. And then look what happened. Yeah.
AEW.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So along the way, man, like we always like to encourage the young guys, the guys that have been in the business for like 6 months to a year, to pick the brains of veterans. Do you find that happen to you now?
Mm.
Young guys trying to ask you for advice?
Yeah, all the time. All the time. Girls, guys. I wish more um actually sought me out. Some do. And
Maybe
I
you're a
like
little
to
intimidating, Stan.
I don't think I am. I don't think I am at all.
I mean, we
But
usually see you back. You're pacing back and forth. You're
it's probably my
semi working
ADHD.
out. You're warming up.
Yeah.
Not to pull the curtain back too much, but like,
Yeah,
you're
I'm in the
doing the
zone.
shake weight. You're running around. Like you always got something on your mind. And I don't know. It looks like you. If I'm a wrestler and I'm looking at you, like I want to ask you a question,
No, like it, I'm very
you look a little
approachable.
busy.
I'm always approachable. But no, like I do get people will eventually will hit me up. But and I watch matches, and I always will say, hey, can I critique you guys? Because some people, get really like, oh, I don't want him to, I'm like,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
I'll give them my critiques, and they really, really get inspired. I inspired a lot of people.
That's awesome.
Because I've been doing it so long, I ran my own shows, and I worked with a lot of top talent. Um, so yeah, but yeah, I definitely love giving advice, 100%.
Did you seek it out yourself back in the the old days in the beginning?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I was always introverted and a little shy, but like if a veteran was in the locker room, and then and if somebody else was working them, I would kind of like go close to them to overhear how the veteran called the match.
Sure.
And I'd be like, oh, and then like I would be eavesdropping and like kind of like taking notes and like, oh shit, so that's how you do that, and that's how you get that's, and I would just really start to like study the business and learn from like, because I'm like, yo, these guys, so and so was on the road in WWE or whatever for so many years, like he has so much experience. I want to learn. I like learning.
And you never stop learning. I mean, even to this
100,
day.
never, never, nope.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, in the onset, in the beginning, man, whatever you're doing, obviously it's worked. It
Yeah,
keeps working. It keeps
it
building.
keeps working. It's never gonna get old. The cream, it'll never
It's
get
not. I
old.
mean, they
Never
go
gonna get old.
wild when you and if we're
Mm,
getting more and more new people coming to SWO lately over the past few
yeah.
months, and I've noticed that if it's their first time ever seeing you,
Mm,
it's an immediate like, oh my god, this guy's awesome kind of like vibe, right? Like you see them
yeah.
get excited and get
Very
into it,
excited.
and
Hmm.
yeah, and that's the real deal right there.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, so let's talk about SWO just for a little bit because that's something that is near and dear to Keith and I's heart. And I don't know if you'll
Mhm.
be at December 13th.
I will.
Uh, you will, okay.
Yay.
Spoiler alert.
So the last few months for you on SWO have been on the winning side. You have
Yeah.
momentum. You have a lot of momentum going on. Can you talk about the 2025 at SWO a little bit?
Yeah, I need a title shot. No. But wait, yeah, maybe. But
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
like I was asked to come in. I wrestled for SWO years ago,
Yeah.
and I actually had a booking cancel, and I was looking for another booking, and then they contacted me, and I was like, let's make it happen. And then I came back as a surprise, and um people really, like you said, a lot of new fans, they really took a liking to me like instantly, and I was like, all right. And then they started booking me more and more again, and I love SWO because it's a nice local company. I don't wrestle nearly as much as I was, just for like just to keep my body, my mind better in check.
Sure.
But SWO definitely is just one of those places I always like coming back to because it's a nice, um, good environment. It's
Mhm.
fun. The crowd is always there. They're always
Always
lively.
hot.
Good
They're
Mhm.
not
vibe.
sitting on
Yes.
their hands.
Yeah, it's always a very good vibe, and I enjoy a lot. I enjoy the roster too. There.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
is there anybody that you have not worked with that you would like to?
Oh, I never wrestled Tim Rush. I never wrestled Atlas.
Oh, Atlas would be
I never
interesting.
wrestled him. I wrestled a lot of them. Uh,
None against Tim. I love you, Tim. I know you. I know you watch this
Yeah.
once in a while.
oh man,
No, both of those would be good, especially Atlas right now because you get all the Robbie shenanigans involved. That would be good.
yeah. Why can't I remember his name? He wrestled Greg Excellent last show. Why can't I remember his name? Maybe you guys can help me out.
Oh, Naeem Brooks.
Yes, I'm gonna
Yeah,
wrestle Naeem. I never wrestled him.
He's something else, man.
he's really
Yeah, he's
good.
good.
Well, they do
Really,
Yeah.
have a
really
King of
good.
the Castle ladder match coming up. I don't know if you'll be involved, but I do know that
Oh,
on the
ladder match.
13th, there is a King of
Yeah,
the Castle ladder match.
maybe we'll
Which
see.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if Stan Styles will be involved, but guys, if you are SWO fans that watch this, guys, check the SWO Facebook page for information on that.
Mm.
That's December the 13th at Seven Valleys at the Community Firehouse on December 13th, and tickets are $20. But man, you have anything else going on in the near future or by the end
Yeah.
of the year or
So I'm gonna.
January even?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing more up in Massachusetts for Focus Pro. That's another good company. I've really been wrestling for a lot, for a couple years. Sean Henderson's coming back with SHP. Man, just you never know what stand style is going to appear. So yeah, those right off the top of my head, those are the three I'm thinking I'll be really present in. A lot of people want me to do IGB again next year. Hey, I'll be right now. I'll be truthfully and honest. Like I'm not sure, but never say never. You know. So, and definitely just taking a little bit break of promoting, just to get other things, um, just ironed out. But yeah, like you never know where Stan Styles could appear next. Who knows? Maybe AEW. I don't know.
Man, I would
Maybe
love that.
WWE.
I don't know
Sounds
if
pretty
any.
rude.
I don't know if AEW could handle you. I
I
really
don't think
don't.
so. I don't know. I don't know. They handle wrestling. They,
TNA could handle
you
you.
know,
Maybe
yeah,
they could handle you probably. But
yeah, yeah. I don't
AEW,
know.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know.
Maybe you could replace Orange Cassidy as the mascot. I could see it.
Oh
And
God.
people wanted to see that match because they can call the match an orange cream match, but
Oh,
or creamsicle.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So
M-
yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of people I've wrestled. There's a lot of people I haven't
Creamsicle
wrestled
on a
yet. Which is,
pole match.
yeah. There's a lot of people I wrestled. A lot of people I haven't wrestled yet. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, is there any match that you in your mind think is attainable that you think
Oh yeah.
you need to do before you hang the boots up?
I need to. I'll never retire. I definitely want to wrestle Santana Jackson.
Oh,
I think that would be so fun. I want to also wrestle Luigi Primo, like the pizza versus the cream.
okay.
This is a food match. There's a couple girls I want to wrestle. I never got to wrestle Gabby Ortiz yet. I wrestled Brittany Blake a couple weeks ago at Ride Maker Pro. I'll be back probably there too next year. That's I want to wrestle Brittany again because we always have fun matches. She's we just call the match so fast and it's like oh so much fun. Um, man, making me think. I always wanted a team with Zoe Cannon, because I wrestled Zoe Cannon. I know she's a tag partner now, but I'm like, man, I want to wrestle. I'm gonna tag with Zoe. Just call ourselves the Boston Cream because she's from Boston.
That is
I
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, she was at the last SWO
Yeah,
show.
she's my friend. She's my fiance. You guys didn't hear about that? She's my
We
fiance.
didn't. We did not know
Yeah,
Oh,
that.
she's my fiance. Yeah,
congratulations.
Congrats on that. Then
yeah. She proposed. I proposed to her at
I was gonna
Three
say,
Legacy.
you said she proposed. Really?
No, I proposed. Oh no,
Okay.
I
All
dropped
right.
the ring too. I was nervous. And she's like, "How dare you?" and yeah, I
That is
proposed to her
awesome.
in the Rumble in the rain. Yeah. So she's she's great. We
That's
get in our fights. We get in our fights sometimes, but
That's
yeah, she's gonna be my
fantastic.
wife soon. She's gonna watch this and be
It
like,
comes with the territory, man. I've been married 10 years. I get it. I
yeah.
understand.
I'm
I
cracking
total.
myself up.
I totally understand. But congrats to that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. All right. Where do I go now? Okay.
Yeah. She's gonna watch this and be like, this motherfucker.
He is sleep on the couch for a while.
Yeah, it's good.
No, it's just a storyline.
It's all storyline.
Yeah,
So,
All right.
everything's at work. It's fine.
it
Yeah.
is.
You obviously keep as busy as you want to.
Yeah,
You obviously love the business, and you mentioned that you first got interested in pro wrestling back in the day when you watched an episode of like the Heartbreak Hotel with Shawn Michaels.
yeah.
Do you watch any other wrestling that's on TV, such as NXT, etc.?
I'm
Since
gonna be.
Shawn Michaels pretty much runs that one.
I'll be honest, guys. I have not watched wrestling in probably weeks. I don't know. I've been so busy with other things and
Mm-hmm.
holiday and stuff around the house. I'll catch up and watch like the highlights and reels and stuff on Instagram. But I have not sat down in probably close to a month and and watched wrestling. Like, it's crazy. Like I'm getting. I'm like, man, I need to start watching. I'll watch wrestling like on YouTube. I'll watch matches of people like scout.
Yeah.
But like, if you're talking about just watching a show on TV, it's been probably over a month. I haven't watched the show yet, which is crazy.
Well,
I need to.
all
Yeah.
right. So, full disclosure, Keith and
Hmm.
I really haven't been watching much of it any either.
No,
Yeah. It's.
same thing like you said. Just busy with so many other things.
Yeah,
I
and I
feel.
mean,
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the storylines have been recycled lately this year,
right.
and
Yeah.
it's like,
It's pretty much the same thing. Like Raw and SmackDown have become the same thing, where
hmm,
you have a promo in the beginning of the show, you have some
yeah,
kind of conflict, and that sets up the main event at the end, and
yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
And they just keep regurgitating that because people
Hmm.
still keep buying tickets, people still keep watching.
That's good.
So
Yeah.
TKO doesn't care if as long as people keep buying tickets and they keep making money on things, then
Yeah.
they're not going to change the formula for you or me or anybody else that wants
Hmm.
to see the booking done differently or whatever.
Yeah.
And people keep blaming Triple H. I don't think it's 100% Triple H. I think it's
Yeah.
the committee, and it's TKO also. So
Mm.
as far as AEW is concerned, in the beginning 6 years ago, I really got excited about AEW.
Me too.
If anything, if it was a place for people to go and do this for a living without going to Vince McMahon, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Where
Hmm.
that's when Vince was still around. And
Yeah.
with AEW, I had so much hopes because you had Jericho and you had Punk and you had Cody Rhodes and whatever, and you had a foundation there. And
Hmm.
over the past 5 years, it's just become an unwatchable product for me. So
Yeah.
now we have totally focused our minds on our local independent professional scene. We go to as many shows as we can get to. We talk to as many wrestlers as we can. We try to help them in any way we can, whether it is enhance what they do with our commentary or help them get booked, like bridge the gap between one promotion to the next. Like
Yeah.
we've gotten our wrestling fix that way, where Keith and I might have gotten to wrestling years ago and we're into it for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden, like you said, it's gotten stale, at least over
Hmm.
the past like 2 or 3 years in my
Yeah.
mind. I think
Yeah.
last time I gave a damn about, like really actually gave a damn about what's going on WWE was the build up to WrestleMania 42. I mean, the build up to WrestleMania 40,
Hmm.
because that was in Philadelphia. And so I was excited about the finish the story and the bloodline
Yeah,
thing.
that Cody thing basically wrote itself.
Right. And
Mhm.
then that was it. After that, they really haven't done anything. They just like even this past PLE that they had was War Games.
Mhm.
You know, I read about it. I didn't watch it. I'm not
Yeah.
going to spend $30 a month on ESPN to watch it. So I mean, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, it's too much.
I will watch John Cena's last match. I will
Oh
admit
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot. Yeah, they didn't decide who the opponent is yet, did they?
Yeah, and no, they're down to the final four.
Mhm.
It's Jey Uso, L.A. Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Gunther. Those are the
Mm.
final four. Now,
I think it's gonna, I think it's gonna be
Well,
Gunther.
most wrestling
yeah, I'd
fans
say,
are no, agree with that,
yeah.
Hmm.
but we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
they could pull a rug out from under whatever.
They haven't done shit with Solo. LA Knight
No, the
seems
only
to have
reason why
cooled off.
Solo's there is because Penta got injured.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Solo was
Solo's,
supposed to lose his
Solo's
match.
been cooled off. Jay is very cooled off. Probably some of that is his own fault.
Mm-hmm.
LA Knight is cooled off. Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of has to be Gunther.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Stan, is there anything that we have not talked about that you would like to talk about before,
Um.
because we got about like 10 more minutes?
Yeah. I always say this: if you want to get involved in wrestling, or or people want to be a pro wrestler, I always say, um, are you fucked up in the head? Because you need to be fucked up in the head to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I go out there in pretty much my underwear and shake a shake weight and put cream in people's mouths and do all these things, grab nipples, whip cream in the mouth, hit a stunner. There's something wrong with this guy. Like there's nothing. And then we put our bodies on the line and mental health, to travel, all the miles we put in our car, and all the training we got to do. It's a lot, and I say like it's not for a normal person. Like for a while, like my social life was just wrestling, and it definitely takes a toll on your social life because it's the time. It's like, man, what do I do besides on a free weekend? Like, what are we gonna do? I don't. All right. I don't know. Like, you go out somewhere, you go out to eat. I love my cheat. I have a pretty good diet. I eat really healthy, but I love my cheat meals. So yeah, it's crazy.
But you know what? You said earlier you'll never retire, and
Nope.
the reason is because once you're in, you're in.
You're in,
You're
yeah. I
you're
always
stuck.
say, I told Marcus, if I get you let me know when I can hang my boots up. Because I'm pretty good, and there's guys in their 50s wrestling still, and six like ooh la la. It's like I can still do this. If it's almost like it's like Triple H said it, when I physically can't do anymore, I'm gonna stop. But that's not
Right.
to say I'm not gonna be involved in
Involved.
it. Yeah,
Right.
So active wrestler, yeah, maybe, but involved, sure.
Yeah, man.
It's
Yeah,
harder
Definitely.
than the Mafia.
pretty much. Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
it's a sickness. It's an addiction.
100%.
We when but the thing is though, the reason why, and this is what I try to make people like my father who doesn't understand wrestling
Mhm.
from anything. And when I say wrestling, I mean professional wrestling.
Mhm.
Is that it takes us all into a world for a couple of hours on a
Mhm.
weekend, on a Saturday night or whatever day it is, and we're in that world.
Yeah.
And in that world, Stan Styles is the Dairy Daddy. He's supposed to be running around like a nut and spraying cream on all of us, and then having a fantastic match, and then
Yeah.
embarrassing the shit out of his opponent or whatever it takes to
Like Creamy
win.
Kingdom.
For cream,
Yeah.
yeah, right. And where Greg Excellent, rubbing up and down against you in the corner is normal. That's a regular
Exactly. It's
thing.
normal. Yeah.
It's totally
100%.
normal because
Normal.
we get to live in a world. For me and Keith, it's once or twice a month, or maybe even three times a month, where we get to live in a world where there's no bills, there's no
Yeah.
kids, there's no
Yeah.
work, there's no work,
Yeah.
there's no nothing. There's just we're in a completely different, our own little different universe
Mhm.
for a Saturday night or two a month,
Yeah.
and that's why we won't ever stop.
Yeah. 100%. That's good shit. Yeah.
But man, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you. On a personal level, on a professional level, man, I can't say enough good things about you, and I know the professor will echo it. That you just have that it factor that wrestlers can't be taught. You just have that natural
Thank
charisma.
you.
It's
Hmm.
good. It's good enough that you know that you're a great wrestler. On top of all that, like if you had no character, I think you'd still slightly be over just with your talent.
Yeah.
But what pushes you
Yeah.
over the edge is the whole thing, the whole package.
Yeah.
And I think that if anybody who has ever never seen this guy wrestle, I urge you to find out where he's going to be. Go get a ticket. You'll not regret it, and you'll be talking about Stan Styles on your way home, or in one form or another, or some moment that he did during the show that you're like, Jesus God, why was he doing this, or why was he doing that? Because that's why Keith and I needed to have this conversation with this guy today.
Yeah. Thank you so
Keith,
much.
Keith, you want to add to that?
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, like we talk about, and I try to say it all the time. And I only have about 4 years now. I think I just did 4 years this year, maybe a little less. But I mean,
We're creeping up on four, you and I.
yeah. But I mean, I always say like it. On the one hand, it's not rocket science, but on the other hand, it's incredibly difficult to
Mm.
find something that works. You really have to understand what this is about, and it's hard to articulate that to somebody on the outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Percent.
I think it's important too, talking about it's a different universe and all that. I think it's really important that you have clearly defined good and evil, and for the most part, good wins. And
Yeah.
when you look at the real world, you don't have a ton of examples right now of good clearly winning.
Yeah.
And I think people need that.
Yeah.
And
That's good. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, and I think people need that. And going back to what we were saying, it's not about the moves. It's about how you make people feel.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
moves are part of it, but you got to know the right thing to do at the right time instead of just let me do everything I know how to do and not necessarily have an order or a rhyme or a reason to it.
Yeah. It's definitely moves to a sense do matter because you can say what's the Rock about the people's elbow, what's Stone Cold the Stunner, what's the Undertaker
Right.
about the Tombstone. But
Sure.
you have to say they got those moves over, they got them established, and the crowd understood. You have to have that connection with the audience,
Yep.
and that's what it's all about because you got to suspend disbelief. And like he was saying, Al, like they're gonna go home and be like, oh my god, you see that guy? Oh yeah, that was awesome. I can't wait to see him again. Tell my friends, oh yeah, we gotta come out. This is great. Tell the families and like, oh crap, this guy was despicable. Like I hate this guy. I hope he loses next show. Like I hope somebody fucking beats his ass and creams him or whatever. Anybody, any wrestler. Like that's it's all about. Like those suspended disbelief, bring them into our wacky world where it's like, well, like the shake weight actually got him all those muscles, or not just me, like the Snorlax actually like is stronger than anything, like in SWO, you know.
Snorlax makes
So,
his triumphant return on December the 13th, as does Stan Styles, as does the Professor and I,
yeah.
calling the action for Die Hard.
Hmm.
SWO presents Die Hard Saturday, December 13th. Fans, mark your calendars. Get your, go to the SWO Facebook page for information on upcoming matches that they will be announcing, plus ways to get tickets now. That
Right
event
now.
will sell quickly. It has a ladder match for the King of the Castle ladder match, where the winner of that match can have a championship match of his or her choosing at
Mm.
any time. So you don't want to miss that one. It's going to be great down in Seven Valleys. So like I said, go to the SWO to learn more about Stan Styles. Go on YouTube. Just look up Stan
Look me
Styles.
up.
Check out a
Matches.
match. He's got matches all over. If you
Yeah.
Stan Styles with a Z on YouTube, you'll come up with some of his more recent matches and even some matches from the past. I did some checking out too,
Yeah.
some of your older stuff too, but also Stan Styles is on there on YouTube. So check him out if you haven't seen him, and that'll urge you to even see him live. And then On top of that, you can follow Stan Stylez on Facebook. He is Stan Stylez. You can follow him there. You can also follow him on Instagram, Stan Stylez, the
Yeah,
same name as well.
just Google
And
Stan Styles, you'll find me.
you'll
And all
find
the
him.
Mean
But
hiding.
anyway, man, it's been an absolute privilege to talk to you today. We're looking forward to see what Stan Styles gets to do next, and hopefully we'll
exactly.
visit. Hopefully we'll visit you down the road again,
Yeah,
and
man.
see and have another chat with you down the road. But in the meantime, man, uh, we wish you nothing but the best and good luck to you. We hope to see you soon. Obviously, we're going to see you in a couple
Mhm.
weeks in December 13th, which is creeping up. It's a week from Saturday.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Professor,
Yeah,
next
thank
week
you.
we do not have a guest yet, but I'm working on one. But December the 14th, that's the day after Die Hard, we have the SWO Tag Team Champions, the Outfielders,
It's gonna
on
be fun.
December the 14th. I can't wait for that one. They know that. Weber and Shay cannot wait to be on here as well to invade our little
Mm.
podcast here and annoy the hell out of us. Well, at least me anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say you hate fun. I don't get it.
I understand. But I do get the Dairy Daddy Stan Styles, my man. And I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you being on with us today.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Love it. For,
That's right. Too sweet, too
for,
creamy.
for the Dairy Daddy, Stan Styles, and the Professor, I am Big Al. This was Around the Turnbuckle. We'll see you guys next Sunday, yeah?
You think you know me?
Oh, yeah!